Minecraft speedrunning is growing larger and larger by the day. Many people are looking for a way to get started. In this video, I'm going to show you how to beat the game with one of the fastest seeds discovered, which will be in the description. So the idea of the seed is to make it to the stronghold as fast as possible, because this seed has 12 eyes pre-generated in its portal. Just walking to the stronghold is already fast, but this seed uses nether travel. Because each block in the nether is 8 blocks in the overworld, you can spend less time walking if you go through the nether. With a nearby village, you can check each of the 3 blacksmith chests for at least 6 obsidian and an iron ingot. You will enter the nether with the use of a nearby lava pool, and then exit with your obsidian. Because there is already 4 obsidian in a nearby nether fortress, you only need 6 from the village. Once you get to the stronghold, you can enter the end and beat the game. Here are the timestamps for each part of the video. So when you first load up the world, you'll spawn around this area. And this is the closest tree that you'll be using. And so one of the best spawns will be around here or around here, and the worst spawns will be all the way back there. And so when you first start the run, get exactly 2 logs. And then once you're done, you can use the bottom of this stump to head hit your way towards this area. The special thing about this area is that there is some buried treasure right here that you'll be using. So once you cross this river, you want to get to a specific block. So there's these 2 grass blocks, and it's the one on the farthest. So you mine this one, and then you mine. And the reason you mine this one is so that you can reach the chest without having to go down the hole. In here, you're gonna need all the gold ingots, so you can double click and then drag it here. You're gonna need all this cod, so you can triple click and then press any hotkey. Then for iron ingot, you double click and you drag it here. Well, at this point, most people will go into their inventory to craft their sticks and the crafting tables. You want to get a hang of the hotkeys you need to use. For this, you're going to go click your first slot, and then you can either pick these 2 up and then drag them here, or you can shift click the crafting to bring them down here and then use your last slot hotkey to bring it back here. Both are equally fast, and then you can either do this crafting, you can do the right click circle and then left click straight. And then you can hop out of the hole and then place your crafting table. And so once you're here, you're gonna have to craft 3 golden pickaxes and 1 shovel. Left click drag, and then you will be left with 1 ingot, which you place in the center here. You can mouse over to your sticks and left click drag to split it. Or you can hotkey it here and then left click it once to split the stack and then place it. Once you make your tools, you're gonna have to make your bucket either like this, or some people drag it and then replace the middle one. Once you're done crafting, you have to make it to that shore. And so while you're on this coastline, you're gonna have your bucket in hand to pick up some water on the side. And then get out your shovel, and this is the gravel patch you're gonna need. There's gonna be plenty of gravel, so most of the time you're gonna get some flint, like I did here. Once you get your flint, I got 2 in this case, but you only need 1. The route kind of splits up depending how many beds you want. So for the 7-bed route, once you get all of your flint, you walk over here, and then on this corner, you double place. And then on this side, you're gonna place 1 here. So what that looks all together is this. Once you make it across the river, you can climb this hill over to this house. And instead of just using the door like normal, you can use your pickaxes to break open the wall and then collect the beds. So the 7-bed route will be marked by green wool. First you go to this house, and then you go to this blacksmith. You can check this one as well, or you can check that last. Once you check this one, you go to this blacksmith, and then you take 1 bed from this house and then 2 from here, and then you make it all the way to grab your last 2 beds, and then either split off for that blacksmith or the lava pool. So if you're going for 6 beds, there's 2 ways you can get around this hill. The first is to just adopt the 5-bed route, or you can go up this side of the hill, which would look like this. So the 6-bed route has been marked by the sign blue wool. First, you go up this hill to get this house, and then you get these 2 houses while checking this blacksmith. And then once you do that, you go over to these 2 houses, and then you break off to those 2 blacksmiths if you haven't gotten enough from the first one. Or you can split off to the lava pool. And now if you're going for the 5-bed route, you're gonna have to go up this side of the hill, which will require a minimum of 5 blocks. What you do is you place 1 block to the left here, and then double place on the diagonal of that seagrass. Once you place those 2, you're gonna jump, and then place 1 block here, and then place another block on this little ledge here. And then once you do this, you can jump to this sand and then pull out your water and this is the space, not here, but this is the space you want to place your water. And then just quickly scoop up and then go to this blacksmith. So altogether it'll look like this. The 5-bit route is labeled first. You go to the blacksmith and then you check these 2 houses. And then you go over to these 2 and then break off. It's very similar to the 6-bed, you just skip this first house. So the way to build a portal from the lava is very specific. What you want to do is take your golden pickaxe, break this piece of stone, and then all this sand will drop. Next you need to hotkey to your water bucket and place it on the side of this sand. And then you can drop down to break the sand and then break these 2 blocks that are right under. You pick up the water, place it on this block of stone, and then you quickly get these 2 buckets of lava to make this wall. And then the rest of the portal is quite simple. And for this one, you're gonna have to place it inside the lava source, so once it starts flowing down, you're gonna have to go fast to fill in the bottom layer. Once you're done making the portal, you can hotkey to craft your flint steel and then light the portal. Once you're in this portal, make sure to be looking at this shoreline. From here, you're gonna have to go down this small tunnel, and since it's 2 blocks high, you can start hitting your head by mashing your spacebar. And so from here, you can split off depending on how many obsidian you have. If you have less than 10, you can go straight down this pathway, which looks like this. And you mine into this fortress. Or if you have less than 10 obsidian, you break these 2 blocks, and then go down this corridor. And then you drop down 1, and you break these 2 blocks of nether brick. Now once you're in here, the chest containing 4 obsidian will be right here. And so what you need to do is break these 2 and then immediately open. And double click to collect everything inside your inventory and then place it into a hotbar slot. Once you have all of your obsidian, you're going to have to follow these directions. So from here there's 3 different portal setups. One of them is the mining strat, one of them is the hay bale strat, and one of them is the safest one. For mining strat, you're going to have a lot of durability on your pickaxes. So what you do is you go down this hall, break these 2 until you hit this, and then you just keep mining. Make sure to switch your pickaxes, and then once you're down here, this is the magma area which you want to set up. So the hay bale strat involves you, instead of going to this area, you go over here, up these 3 cases of stairs. Once you're here, you can use your pickaxe to break these 2 blocks, not the fences, they take long to break. And then you drop down, and then you place it on the side or on the ground. And then this is the same magma area from the mining strat. The last way to do it is very slow, but it works 100% of the time. You can, instead of doing the drop or mining, you can go over to this lava well room and build your portal on here. When you light it, you want to be in this very corner looking at this angle. Once you're up top, you'll see lots of plains, and you just got to keep going in this direction until you see a cave right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to drop down, and then you're going to see this little plus sign almost. So dig right in the middle. You will eventually land in the portal. So once you're here at the magma area, you want to place 2 and then triple click for the walls. Now where you stand when you light the portal has to be very specific. You want to be right in the middle of these 2 blocks, and then equally distant from these blocks here and the air in front of you. So you should have a block, and then you're going to stand on top of this, place one, and then go into the end portal. So the end fight is generally all luck based, mainly because you don't have any real influence over how fast the dragon perches other than your player position. So when you start, the dragon will always be over by those crystals, and since you don't have a bow, you can't destroy the crystals to make the dragon perch faster. The most advised thing to do is stand in this area to the right of the portal and just hope that the dragon perches in a decent amount of time. It is very uncommon for the dragon to perch this fast, but it is possible, and most world records have this incredibly fast perch. Oftentimes the dragon just won't actually perch and starts firing all its dragon's breath all over you, which means it's in attack mode, and there's no real way to make it exit this other than to try to get as far away as possible from the dragon, and to stand in a way that the middle fountain is between you and the dragon. In most of your runs, you will get very slow perches, usually around 2 minutes, but up to 10 minutes if you're very unlucky. Usually when it starts to circle around a couple pillars, it is in circling mode, which means it'll proceed to perch right after, like right now. Once it does, you're gonna have to set up your one cycle, and if you don't know how to one cycle, I have a video for it, it'll be in the top right. Now let's say you had more than just 6 obsidian, which is the minimum. What do you do with it? Maybe you get 17. Well, one thing you can do is you can make your nether portal without the use of the lava pool. Good spots for this are on this blacksmith wall or by this area. What you do for this is you break these two, place, stack 3, and then place these two on the roof. If you're placing on the side of the blacksmith, it's more simple. You just have a whole wall to build it on. You can also use some extra obsidian to make this setup where you place any normal block, obsidian there, and then 2 blocks on top here, which will make your timing for the dragon much easier. Because killing the dragon is made more consistent with the obsidian setup, the 5-bed route is very common, whereas before it was seen as risky because no one could reliably do it. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe so that others can see this video and learn how to speedrun Minecraft as well. Speedrunning is very hard and time consuming, so don't get discouraged if you get a slow time at first. See you in the next video.